Hey Sagittarius, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing your love and separation read for the month of July from the RV. So as many of you know, I've been here June taking care of my dad. I appreciate all the support, all of you guys who stuck by me throughout the silence in June. And I want you to know that I appreciate each and every one of you. So, going to be condensing what's in their head in love and separation this month for sort of a time saver. But don't forget, we're in Mercury retrograde, so lots of stuff happening. Let's get started. Please do not want to shuffle. So maybe sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing, Sagittarius, right? Don't have a responsibility to react to every situation that comes your way, right? Right, bottom of the deck we have an offer. All right, letting go of toxicity, definitely. Betrayal. You're trying to let go of the toxicity of betrayal that you didn't feel like was fair. And you keep revisiting this situation. So let's see what's going on with your partner. Okay, relationship. Illusions are over. Honeymoon's over. Neither one of you are moving on this situation. Okay, but the relationship has gone from a place of honeymoon love, right, to the reality of the situation, okay? For your partner, at least. So let's see what's going on with you. Okay, offer didn't come that you wanted. Smaller offer came, and you said, no, I don't think so, Jack. I'm worth the whole kit and caboodle. They gave you some kind of breadcrumb, and you let them know how you felt about that. Well, let's see what they have to say to you. So you're having the courage to try to overcome this feeling of betrayal. And the feeling of betrayal for some of you is the smaller offer, which you didn't feel like was worth your time. For others of you, you don't feel a reciprocated feeling in this relationship, and it feels like betrayal. And for others of you, especially for your partner, the honeymoon's over. The fantasy, something shattered the fantasy. So let's see what they have to say. My mind and heart always comes back to you, so that may be why you're revisiting this situation all the time. So here's what I'm seeing. For some of you, this is a twin flame relationship, okay? And the reason that I say that is because what is happening here is this in and out, in and out, in and out kind of relationship, right? Which is common for twins. You had your bubble love phase, what they call a bubble love. In the beginning, you're like a deer in the headlights, you know, you just don't know what to do or think, or you know, and you're discombobulated, right? And then boom, something happens, and those wounds start making their way up to the surface, and those are the things that you have to fix and purge and take care of all along the way. Then you go into dark night of the soul. Then boom, you're back out of that stage, you're back in communication, you're back in a sort of union, and it happens all over again. So that's kind of where you are right now. For some of you that are twins out there, sacred partners, whatever you want to say, you guys are in a back and forth cycle. So let's see what the blocks are for your partner. Yeah, so their block is they're continuously, they're kind of like, I'm not going to say it, I'm keeping that to myself. They're kind of like bringing the situation back to life and then killing it again. And bringing the situation back to life and killing it again. And, you know, this is kind of like a little bit of narcissist behavior over here, right? Like putting a bag over your head and suffocating yourself and then releasing it so you can breathe again. It's kind of like that kind of feeling right here. Your partner has a problem with that. And the issue is with some of you with this partner is that they can't keep it to themselves, okay? They get a little bit comfortable and they have to destroy the whole relationship, okay? Normally, this partner here destroys it through infidelity, okay? Just saying, for some of you out there, that's the situation. Then they hate themselves for it. So basically, your partner's block is being able to find balance. So let's see what your block is. Also, for the twins out there, your partner wants to remain in the 3D matrix that says relationship is about sex. And if we're not having sex and we're not getting it, you know, all the time, the way I think we need to, then I don't feel loved. Okay, so your partner's got an issue with abandonment, right? If they're not intimate physically with you, they don't feel like they're being loved because their idea of love is a little bit whack. And that's something that they're going to have to deal with on this path here. So your blocks are, you want to celebrate and be happy about planning for the future, but you feel trapped in this return cycle that you're in with this partner. And you're thinking about them in the beginning, okay? You're thinking about them from a perspective of the bubble love phase, the honeymoon phase. You're thinking that's what keeps you trapped, okay? Is living in the past keeps you trapped in this situation. Hardest thing to do for a twin flame is to set down boundaries. It hurts like a mother. Feels like somebody's cutting your arms and legs off. It feels like somebody's ripping your soul out. But you have to. Because sometimes, especially divine masculines, they have the journey they have to make to you, right? In some respects. A lot more to it than that, but that's a Cliff Note version. And they stumble and they fall. The Empress has to make boundaries, okay? The feminine energy in the relationship predominantly has to make the boundaries in the relationship. So, you're not laying down boundaries, Sagittarius. You're being in love with the idea of how the love was in the beginning, okay? You're not making your decision based on how it is today. And you're not making the decision based on the pattern in the relationship, okay? So setting a boundary down and not getting too close too quick is probably what you need to do in this situation. But let's see what the blocks are between you. Because it doesn't exist anymore, that stage of the relationship. Moving forward, thinking about things logically and moving forward, that's a block here. You know, I don't know how you two fight, but it kind of seems like you're both a little bit muted in your idea of discussing something, right? It doesn't feel like either one of you are very comfortable approaching the other one about how you feel about the situation. And it seems like you're always in deep thought, that both of you are always thinking about it, but you're never really discussing it and getting it out on the table. And also the nurturing in the situation is a little bit messed up. The offer of love, the nurturing, and the commitment is messed up a little bit. It seems kind of like there needs to be an end to confusion about which way you're going. Are you going to be committed or are you not? And a lot of times in this kind of deal, this relationship paradigm we have about how the relationship's supposed to go, because that's what we've learned all our life, is something that you may have to contend with in this situation. And I think that aligning what you want for a relationship may be what you have to sit down and analyze here. Let's see how they feel about you right now. I think they want to apologize to you, Sagittarius, about the problems that they've caused here. Their apology is going to be... Okay. Their apology is going to be something like, well, I'm sorry if I made you mad, or I'm sorry if, you know, whatever. That's kind of not an apology. But that's the way they're going to approach that because their communication's off. Again, there's issues between the two of you. Your partner has a hard time expressing how they feel, so they may have a blocked throat chakra. They're going to apologize in a way, but it's kind of like chicken shit, right? So let's see how they think of you. They think that you have communication problems too. They feel like you've got an issue with expressing how you feel. But clearly they do too. They want a new beginning, of course. They want a passionate new beginning. They want to heal what's happening here. Some of you are dealing with a Sagittarius. Here you are trying to find your balance. Some of you are dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius specific. I've got Leo, of course, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Earth. And we have Capricorn specific. They want a new beginning. They've had some sort of enlightenment about moving forward in the future. And, okay, I think that they've grown a little bit here. See what I've got? They've turned from a boy into a man. Or maybe, Sagittarius, this is you since this is fire. You have matured in this situation. And do you see how they're looking two different ways? Okay? Maybe you're saying to yourself, you know, when I was younger, I might have dealt with this kind of crap, but I'm older now and I know better, and I don't have time for this. Maybe that's what you're saying. It's time for me to grow up and understand that I don't have to deal with this anymore. Maybe your partner, you're saying to your partner, it's time for you to grow up a little bit, okay? You know what? We're not kids anymore. And we're grown-ass adults here, and it's time to start acting like it. Or maybe your partner's saying, you know, look, I've grown up a little bit. I've matured a little bit. And I'm ready to move forward. Ball's in your court, of course. But let's see what their next move is. I think there's also an element of feeling like there's some wild oats that need to be sown, you know? Maybe that's what they were doing this whole time. But that comes out of a place of feeling controlled. You know, like that they have to do this because this makes them feel free. And that's sort of a misplaced idea. Okay, planning. They're going to try to resist the temptation to act the same way in relationship this time around. Okay, I'll say it again. They're going to try and prevent themselves, resist the temptation to act the same way they did before in relationship. Well, we all know, you know, a leopard doesn't change their spots, okay? But, you know, maybe this person has had some sort of an enlightenment. Maybe they realize that, you know, they're acting kind of like a little shit here. And they need to mature before they miss the opportunity of you. They know that this connection is something a little bit different than any other connection they've had. That's why they keep coming back to you. This time, though, Sagittarius, you may have to make the decision whether or not you accept them back again. So, their next move. Karmics are gone. Regret. Their next move is sort of to remain in the shadows, okay? They're going to be coming to you. They're going to be contemplating it. They're going to be communicating. But the communication is going to be elusive. It's going to be sort of like, oh, well, that didn't go there. It's going to be something like ridiculous. You know, like you post a picture on Facebook or a meme or something. And they're going to be in your DMs like, hey, you know what? That's what I've been trying to do my whole life. Or whatever. Okay? Just to have a foot in the door to make themselves relevant. It's kind of up to you to decide whether or not you're going to deal with that, okay? That maturity level's got to kick it up a notch. But let's see what the final outcome could be here, what their intentions are, excuse me. Okay. Okay, Sagittarius, your partner's had an epiphany, okay? They've had some sort of enlightenment, okay? About their lack of character, their lack of maturity, their lack of being able to battle with their own demons, okay? And they're going to be saying to you, look, I've had a spiritual awakening. And I now know what was wrong with me. What I want to do is come bring you this cup to show you I'm no longer blocking this relationship. All right, so let's see what a final outcome can be. Okay, coming at you with the cup. Mr. Romance. They're hoping that you're not holding on to the situation, or they're hoping that you're holding on to some romantic feelings about them. And they're going to want to talk to you about, I don't want to miss this opportunity with you, girl. And they want a new beginning. So that's a final outcome. You guys are going to have to let go and release all of the past, which you may find hard to do. Move forward in a new opportunity and a new beginning with one another. That's your final outcome. Reconciliation. Okay, well, let's get some love cards on it and see what they have to say. You guys keep coming back to each other again and again. Maybe you'll get it right this time. Ask for help. You have a 5, sudden change. The sudden change of them, boom, coming right back in your life again after they've been MIA for God knows how long. Ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. This could be even something as simple as telling your girlfriend, hey, you know I'm weak to this situation. You know he comes knocking back on my door and he's smelling good and he's looking good and he's saying all the right things. Do not let me do this. Could be something as simple as that. Show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. Or you could stand in your strength and you can say to them, hey, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you've had a spiritual awakening. You've had an epiphany of sorts. I wish you the highest good. I wish you love and light. And your boundary stops there. Doesn't allow them to go any further. Might have to do something like that. Okay. I may have to work a little harder to earn it this time. I have the perfect living space. I see myself living in a wonderful place that fulfills all my needs and desires. It's in a beautiful location and at a price I can afford. So, for some of you, this might include moving. You know, this person might be wanting to move in. Okay? I mean, like I said, you know, they have game and they've been playing the same game on you time and time again. Or this could be saying, look, I've got a good life now. I've stood on my own 2 feet. I've battled my demons. I've purged. I've been working the program. I've been letting go of expectations. And I am good where I'm at. And then all of a sudden, every time I get good and comfortable, boom, here he comes again, or here she comes again. So this may be saying you need to look at your life in the present tense and see if you want to reopen that door again. Bottom of this deck over here, we have the Three of Swords. That just caught my eye. So, you know, remember the conflict getting to the commitment. Remember, is it so smart to take a leap of faith again in this situation? Because there'll be communication and then boom, nothing. And no action, no movement. So just keep that in the back of your mind. When I lean on faith of the universe, peace becomes real. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So your peace is really what's at stake here. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. So this could be about, you know, we kind of have some twin flamey stuff here going on in these cards. This could be about understanding what the twin flame journey is and creating boundaries for them when they come back and they want to wreak havoc all over again. This is about allowing the universe to guide you. So Sagittarius, that's what I have for you. I'll be back second half with Love and Separation.